Hello everyone, hope you all are doing well. In my today's session, I'll be discussing about counterproductive work behavior. Counterproductive work behavior is an employee behavior that goes against the legitimate interest of an organization. These behaviors can harm organizations or people in organizations, including employees, clients, customers, or patients. It has been proposed that a person by environment interaction can be utilized to explain a variety of counterproductive behaviors. For instance, an employee who is high on trait anger tendency to experience anger is more likely to respond to a stressful incidents at work, being treated rudely by a supervisor with CWB. Some researchers use CWB term to subsume related constructs that are distant, that is workplace deviance, workplace revenge, and workplace aggression. Workplace deviance is a behavior at work that violates norms for different appropriate behaviors. Retaliation consists of harmful behaviors done by employees to get back at someone who has treated them unfairly. Workplace revenge are the behaviors by employees intended to hurt any other person who has done something harmful to them. Workplace aggression consists of harmful acts that harm others in organization. Basically, I have shown in this diagram the types of workplace deviance. The first one is political deviance. The second one is in the second quadrant, it's personal aggression. In the third, it's related to product driven, and then it's related to equipments, the last one. Basically, political deviance is related to showing favoritism, gossiping about co-workers, blaming co-workers, and competing non-beneficially. Then in personal aggression, it can be sexual harassment, verbal abuse, stealing from co-workers, and it can be endangering co-workers as well. For example, if we talk about product deviance, if the person is leaving early or taking excessive breaks and intentionally working very slowly, and that person is also wasting resources, so it comes into this quadrant. Then we have basically the last one is if a person is lying about hours work, stealing from company, sabotaging basically equipments, and accepting kickbacks. So this all deviance comes in the fourth quadrant. Basically, counterproductive behavior is a behavior that is the constructive, destructive, and it is away from the constructive behavior or deviant behavior that harms either employees or the organization as a whole. Many industrial organization psychologists agree that there are 5 categories of counterproductive work behavior. The first one is withdrawal, the second one is abuse, the third one is theft, the fourth one is sabotage, and the fifth one is production deviance. As you can see on the screen as well, theft, gossiping, backbiting, drugs and alcohol usage, destroying organizational properties, violence, surfing internet for personal use, excessive socializing, tardiness, sabotage, and sexual harassment. So these all are counterproductive behavior. Basically, withdrawal refers to a situation in which an employee isn't working the hours they are expected to. You can see tardiness and absenteeism, which are discussed below, are two prime examples of withdrawal. Then abuse is in workplace can take in many forms like gossiping about co-workers, if you are unnecessarily exaggerating whatever the other person has not done and you are verbally abusing the co-worker, or there's a sexual harassment. Last but not the least, there can be workplace aggression as well. During this thing, there's a counterproductive behavior shown by the employees. Then comes theft is an other culprit of counter behavior. Sometimes employees might take critical items that prevent other employees from doing their jobs. In extreme cases, other employees might actually engage in sabotage. Examples include ruining company tools, working to undermine the company reputation, selling secrets to competitors. These are the kinds of behavior that are rare, but they can occur. The damage to the company productivity can be at highest level. Lastly, counterproductive behavior can take form of productive deviance, which occurs when an employee purposely does their jobs incorrectly. For example, this might happen when an employee on an assembly area purposefully attaches a component inaccurately. Are all counter behaviors created equal? Yes or no? I think it's no. There are certainly some times that they are more difficult to deal. People are not liking their organizations deliberately, that's why it's lead to tardiness and absenteeism. Basically, tardiness and absenteeism, every place suffers from these sort of people to some degree, which is why when any policies are coming, they usually address to these issues rather than forcing management or team leaders to assess each case on individual basis. Businesses should consider creating a formal set of rules to guide decisions on this subject. For example, an organization might include following things in their employee training manuals and when there's a onboarding. Clear definitions of tardiness and absenteeism should be communicated to all the employees. Examples of acceptable and unacceptable reasons for being late or missing work, such as getting a flat tire on the way to work that results in being late, or sudden death of a family results in a need to miss work at last minute, should not be accepted. The information outlined above is critical to disseminate the employees such that everyone is clearly communicated regarding the expectations for being on time and to be punctual at work. This is the first step in curbing this issue of counterproductive behavior. Each employee has likely come from different backgrounds, some of which might be having taken different approach for thinking and making decisions regarding this. Aside from helping improve timelessness and attendance, having clear policies on this will help you to improve workplace satisfaction, job satisfaction, making scheduling easier as well, and it reduces conflicts between employees that are on time and those that are habitually late. Then comes bullying and harassment. Basically, public awareness of the profound effects of workplace bullying and harassment has increased over a period of time, but these issues have been resolved. It is unfortunate consequences of workplace being a melting pot of different people employed with different personality traits and personal histories. Not only one can be malicious or unwanted interactions between the employees can make workers uncomfortable and isolated, but these interactions can also make employee behavior far less productive. After all, it is difficult to focus on a work-related task when all you think about is whether or not a bully in office is on their way to make miserable. Then comes overworking and late comings. Whether it's routinely keeping employees late or encouraging them to take their work home late evening. Overclocking employees can have a devastating effect on their productivity. In fact, the lack of sufficient sleep and rest from the professional responsibilities is directly linked to the increase in workplace accidents and lower quality results, according to the Society of Industrial and Organizational Psychology. Likewise, not having the appropriate work-life balance can quickly lead to burnout. Employees are burnt out, certainly aren't able to be productive. So there should be a proper work balanced life. Each and every employee should be given the space to work and then have a relaxation at home. Take appropriate time off, engage in stress reducing behaviors like exercise, meditations, yoga, and have a good sleep. Reach out to their supervisors if they feel overworked. Then there can be digital lofting as well. Loafing on the job has been issue for employers for about as long as they have been in their jobs, but modern era in the digital technology has opened a new realm of time wasting opportunities. Social media is common culprit, especially in office environments where workers spend lots and lots of time on computers. Business struggle to find a balance between policies, how employees spend time, and giving them free rein to fritter away the day on ideal activity. Clear and transparent policies should be applicable and it should be implemented in a very smooth manner, but excessive oversight can also damage loyalty, morale and retention. People, loyalty, morale and retention all plays a very significant role in the productivity of the company and the employee himself as well. Therefore, it's better to break down communication, and this will help you to break down communication from occurring. Business and organization need to foster a fast track culture of communication, establish a communication plans that can outline the communication between individual team members, team players, and the leaders as well through different tools and techniques. It can be email, phone calls, text, or just the meetings as well. That is from my side. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Allah Hafiz.